extraterrestrials have been spotted in this area, here in these very woods. More scary music. And here we are, right in the middle of it. Dan, would you stop it? You're making me scared. I want to be happy, not scared. Sarah, you won't laugh if I tell you that I'm not really your husband, Daniel, will you? Okay, Mr. Poster, what are you? Who are you, then? I'm an evil extraterrestrial from another planet who has come to take over your world. Sure you are. And if I forget to take my daily tablet of cobalt, I turn into a horrible monster. Sure you do. More scary music. Zoom. Close up on Dan's face. Dan's eyes. Sarah, I forgot my pills. Dan starts shaking, acting strange. Sarah, leave me before it's too late. Dan runs off into the woods. Sarah looks about frighteningly. Sarah's pen over view, the dark forest around her, close up on Sarah's worried, pretty eyes. Dan! Suddenly, Dan comes jumping out behind some rocks like a wolf man and starts growling. Sarah screams and starts running off. Dan begins chasing Sarah around, making her growling sounds. Dan tackles the laughing Sarah onto some moss and begins tickling her. When he quits, they start kissing. As they kiss, the camera pans up and reveals a quickly moving storm. Everything begins to grow dark. Sarah looks up as they kiss and feel each other. Wow, is it my imagination, or has that storm come up very quickly? A strong wind kicks up, blowing through the trees. Bird, that's cold. Darn, I guess we'll have to do this some other time. One more kiss before we go, okay? When Dan kisses her, there is a flash of lightning. Dan starts laughing. Wouldn't you know it? It starts raining on them. Are you sure you like rain? Cut to. The Thompsons begin to walk back arm in arm. Suddenly a lightning bolt strikes the side of the tree, scaring the couple. This is later on in the play. Fade in. Time has passed. There isn't much lightning and thunder, but the storm still rages. Old man says. Yes, I haven't been with civilization for quite some time now. Ever since I retired, I have been living here. Dan says, it must get awfully boring here all by yourself. Being here all by yourself. Not really. My family visits a lot. Or I see them. Plus I have this to keep me company. Old man pats his hand on the crumbling Bible. Tell me, do you need a credit card to buy your food now? Is money still that important? Sarah, what do you mean? How are things doing in the Middle East? Oh, just as lousy as usual. That's what I thought. Sarah smiling. Why do you keep on asking about the world situation? Why? Because everything that is taking place now has already been foretold in ancient writings over... has already been foretold in ancient writings over 2,000 years old. You mean the Bible? Yes. Like what kind of problems? There are many of them. But it really isn't that important. What is important is that the second coming is at hand, and we had better be prepared for it, or we'll go through the Great Tribulation. Or we will go through the Great Tribulation. So there's suddenly a flash of lightning and a roar of thunder. Good timing. Sir, haven't people been waiting around for the second coming since Christ died? And this is later on in the play. Dan says, oh no. Sarah says, Dan, Tibbs would like to talk to you. Dan walks over to and takes the phone from Sarah. Good evening, Mr. Tibbs. Yes, I saw the commercial. What did I think of it? Well, let me just put it this way. When I see that no one will be able to sail anything unless they have to have 3 visible numbers on their right hands or foreheads, then I'll believe you. Oh, you think it'll be too late then? Huh? Oh, you think it'll be too late then, huh? Well, if the Bible is true, then it will be. Tell me, Mr. Tibbs, have they discovered Noah's Ark yet? Oh, you think... Oh, you want me to come over this Saturday with Sarah? I'm sorry, Tibbs. My wife and I are going to be having dinner at the Davises this Sunday. Cut to Sarah's concerned face. Let's go, Dan. Oh, what the hell? Sure, we'll go. Come over. Bye. Are you satisfied? Sarah looks and smiles. Fade out. Fade out. The Davises' backyard. The Davises' 5-year-old daughter is singing, "Yeah, Jesus loves me," when she quits. Sarah says, "She sure is cute. Makes me wish Dan and I had a child." Sharon, "Yes, she is our little darling." Greg, and then Dan says to Greg, "Greg, I didn't think you were religious. Where did Lisa learn that song?" Then Greg says, My mama is the world's worst Jesus freak. She's the one that is trying to indoctrinate my daughter. She thinks that since she failed at turning me meek and mild, she can work on little Lisa." Dan says, I have one of those freaks on my tail also. He wants me and Sarah to come over tomorrow." "You poor guy. I bet you're going to enjoy that." "You know, I think I might. These Jesus freaks may be insane, but at least they aren't boring. Say, Greg, are you still practicing on your Shotokan?" "You bet. How about you?" "I was until Tibbs and his weirdo started coming for me." The camera pans over to Sarah and Sharon. Sarah says, "Sarah, what do you think about the new United Credit plan that is being installed in our stores?" Sharon says, "Not much, but their commercial sure seems racist when they showed a black man as a robber." Dan says, "Sarah, are you talking about that damned commuter checkout system again?" Sarah says, "Yes." Greg says, "What's the matter?" Greg says, then Dad says, "Oh, Greg, it's a long story. Sarah and I met one of those religious nuts in the middle of the woods a while back, and he talked about such loony ideas as nuclear war and Christians becoming demon-possessed. He also told us that a computer system would be set up, and these demon-possessed Christian bodies called walk-ins would be forcing us to get 666 marks." "An old man in the woods told you this?" "I guess it goes to show you what being in the woods too long can do to your mind." Greg says, Sounds like what my mama talks about. She's a sweet lady, but she carries those warmongering ideas of nuclear war, just like all the rest of them. Does your mother believe that Christians will be replaced with demonic duplicates at the second coming?" "No, she thinks they'll all vanish, and I say the sooner the better. Of course I miss my mom. I guess I miss her." Dissolve. Jake's truck is seen traveling through the desert of Arizona from a distance. Zoom. Interior of Jake's truck. Jake is talking to a young, frightened hitchhiker. Pan to the face of Jake. "The thing I saw, I believe, was a demon. I know it sounds corny to admit this, but I think this thing was going to attack me." Pan to the frightened hitchhiker. "You're not going to hurt me, are you?" "What? Hey, I'm telling you the truth. The first being I met was an angel, and he told me to tell everyone that they should accept Christ before the tribulation's coming. Because the tribulation's coming. They should accept Christ because the tribulation's coming." "Hey, I'll accept Christ if you don't hurt me." Fade out. Fade up. A nuclear power plant. The control room of the power plant. A worker is looking at the readings of the control panel. Plant workers pan over view to a green liquid bubbling up a little from the side of the panel. The plant worker looks concerned. Plant worker. "Hey, Frank, what do you make of this?" Frank comes over and examines it. "Is it the machine's coolant?" "This could be serious." "If it is, how come the computer didn't mention it?" Fade out. Fade up. Interior Phelps's house. This is basically the same setting before, except instead of the girl, it's a guy named Brian. And Tibbs says, "Certainly do a better job than that. Certainly can do a better job than I can." And pan over. Brian is laughing on his back with his eyes closed, making Tibbs Phelps look at each other. Everyone begins feeling a little uneasy. Fade out. Fade up. In the interior of Jake's truck's cabin. There is a young black man riding with Jake. Jake says, "Jared, if you died tonight and you found yourself before God and he asked you why he should let you into his kingdom, what would you say? How would you respond?" I'd say, man, after all the hell you put me through on Earth, I deserve to go to heaven. Close, but no cigar. You have to remember that it's nothing that you have done yourself that allows you to heaven, but the realization that Christ died on the cross and shed his blood. That it's this simple act of love that has given us all eternal life. And because of that, I can go to heaven? Yep. Huh. That's all. 2. Pastor Tibbs' dining room. Pastor Tibbs is seen sitting at the dining room, arguing religion with another fellow Christian. There's a parrot near the sliding glass doors of the backyard. The parrot is eating its seeds. Tibbs says, "Look, John, you have no scriptural proof to back up your universalism theory." And John says, "Look, I don't believe in universalism. I believe in universal reconciliation." A sign suddenly appears on the screen saying, "Several minutes before the rapture." As the Christians argue, there is a slow pan over to them. Tibbs, "There is no difference." John, "There is, because universalists don't believe in hell. I believe in hell, but eternal hell is absurd." Tibbs, "Then you're calling the Bible absurd because it says hell is eternal." John, not in the original Greek and Hebrew, it isn't." Doorbell rings. Voice of Mr. Tibbs. "They're here." Voice of Mrs. Tibbs. "They're here." Close up on Tibbs. "You won't mention this to the Thompsons, will you?" Close up on John. "Only if God wants me to." Cut 2. Interior of the door of Tibbs' living room. Mrs. Tibbs opens the door. Mrs. Tibbs. "Hello." Okay, this is the same thing over again. The sliding glass door of the... Oh, it's the same thing I read to you. And the parrot says, "Peace and safety and sudden destruction, rack." Doorbell rings. Guess what? I ran out of tape. Which is a good thing, because those cutouts I was reading to you are really boring. But if you want to sit through the finished product, which I'm going to take down to Hollywood, see if I can get it published, it's the Walk-In's second draft, and it's good. At least I think it's good. And I think you might find it entertaining also. So anyway, that's really all I have to say for now. I hope you enjoyed what I read to you, except I know you didn't enjoy the last part. That's really stupid. So, over and out for now. Over and out for good.